And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for today's episode of Star Wars is The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 3. Now, if you've not seen this episode, spoilers ahead, because there's some things in here that, could go somewhere that we already seen in movies of the Star Wars universe, or it could not be, but depends on how we all look at it. Okay, so we all know that Mando is, he's been trying to get back into his clan after he removed his helmet, and that's a big no-no apparently in his clan, and he had to go back to Mandalorian to bathe in its waters to pretty much prove that he's basically purified himself so he can get back into his clan. Kind of like a religious thing, so there's that. He had Bo-Katan help him out. He got into a little scuffle. In last week's episode, Grogu went to go get Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan came and helped him out. So then, they're getting ready to go back to her place. Unfortunately, they got kind of busted in a way when supposedly whatever's left of the Empire shows up and their TIE fighters starts following them, attacking them. They defend themselves. Typical, normal, cool Star Wars action. And of course, Bo-Katan's home gets destroyed, and they literally have to escape and go somewhere where they can go be safe. And then it cuts away to a completely different story after that. And then we go back to Coruscant, as in Coruscant, where the Jedi Temple was, where Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader, or Padme / was seen there before she passed away. That Coruscant. Also, where the Emperor basically became the Emperor. And Order 66 started. Anyway, so we get to see the doctor who wanted Grogu's blood so he could start doing some cloning experiments, which does sound like this was the beginning of like how Supreme Leader Snoke was going to be born, so that way they can use his DNA to bring back the Emperor back to life, or whatever was left of the real Emperor back to life in Episode 9. So it pretty much followed that formula. So the doctor's there, he apologized for his supposed, pardon of the crimes that he committed with the Empire. And he's just trying to, try to have a fresh start. He goes there, he's in Coruscant, people are welcoming him into the clan of the Republic and all that, like, good job, welcome back. You basically made your peace and now you can do good. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to make good. But can he be trusted? That's the key. That's the key that we want to know. Can he be trusted? I mean, after all, he was trying to get Grogu, from his own experiments, whether that's to make Supreme Leader Snoke and help the First Order be born, or bring the Emperor back, or any malicious things that we just don't know about that could have been possible. So, he still wants to do experiments, but like I said, we don't know exactly what his motives are. He's in Coruscant, everything feels more at peace now that supposedly the Empire is gone. But remember, the Empire is kind of like Hydra, cut off one head, two more take its place kind of thing, where, they're always in the background, in the shadows, doing their thing, and, you really don't know exactly when the Empire is going to strike. Even if there's only one member left of the Empire, and he's still spearing the Empire's name, they're gonna cause trouble. And that's exactly what happened to our new little scientist friend. He meets one of the former, crewmates of Moff Gideon, which we all know he was basically the Empire's, #1 fan, and also #1 guy, and he had the Darksaber at one point. He lost it to Mando, so there's that. He's been arrested. He's in jail, supposedly, or somewhere, or maybe dead at this point. We don't know. Don't know exactly where his location is at this point. Maybe he is dead. I just haven't caught it. Anyway, so one of his shipmates, befriends the doctor, and they go to basically an old Imperial ship, and there's a laboratory there. The guy's like looking at it like, oh wow, this is amazing, kind of like Candyland kind of place. He's trying to get some equipment, and of course he gets busted. He gets busted to the point where the Republic is like, yeah, don't worry, we're gonna fix you up, we're gonna clear your mind and make you all happy, and put some things in his head and basically mess with his mind. Basically, short story. I think this is all the Empire, in hiding, and that's just my way of thinking of it, because I feel like if all the people who were greeting this guy and saying welcome, your contributions are amazing, we can't wait to see what you're gonna do, only for like a couple hours later he gets himself into some trouble, and then they like want to erase his mind from existence. So yeah, it does sound like the Empire is kind of still alive at this point, getting ready to transition into the First Order. Because remember, all the Mandalorian season does take place, and also Ahsoka when it comes out, and the Bad Batch. They all, not the Bad Batch, sorry. Mandalorian, Ahsoka soon. They all take place after Return of the Jedi. So this is all but First and Force. All before the First Order, all before Rey, all before Finn. So we all know that. So, and then it goes back into cutting back to Mando when him and Bo-Katan literally land where the other Mandalorians are hiding. And they get greeted, they get questioned. Oh, did you redeem yourself? Did you bathe yourself in the waters of Mandalorian? They both did. She witnessed the thing. And of course, the lady who makes the Beskar armor for him takes a look at the water that he collected and says, yeah, this is the stuff. He did bathe himself. He's back in. And everybody who was already pissed off at Mando, who was like, yeah, you don't belong here. You've been exiled. And they don't believe him, that the fact that he bathed himself to get himself back into the clan. When they officially hear from their boss, their leader, in a way, saying that he is purified and he's good to go, they all welcome him and Bo-Katan with open arms. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. So I found that a little bit kind of weird, but, what can you do? All right, so how was this episode? It was okay. Not my favorite episode so far, but I feel like the big thing that kind of messed up on was the fact that, they gave us the great opening of this whole big chase scene between Mando, Bo-Katan, and the supposed Empire, or whatever was left of it. And then it cuts away to the whole doctor stuff for like half an hour of just them doing their thing. And then going right back near the end of the show just to go back to Bo-Katan and Mando. Basically continuing their little journey to salvation in a way. And, that's fine if you want to set up other stories. But, continue one story and then go to another story, Because the whole doctor thing felt like it was its own separate episode. And it could have just been a whole episode by itself without having Mando be there. And, it kind of, I guess took away from what Mando was doing. Yeah, he bathed himself. Okay, he's good. Oh, wait, he's about to get attacked and get shot down. Nah, let's cut away to this doctor guy who's not really that important anymore. But then, oh, wait, is this the beginning of the First Order coming to life? You could have made that its own separate episode, but go figure. Because normally when you have cutaways to other things, you balance it out. This one just really, it had Mando, then he wasn't there for like half the rest of the episode, and then he comes back at the end, and then that was pretty much it. So, yeah, it felt very, not cut properly in my opinion, but, what can you do? I thought it was just whatever. But hopefully next week's episode will be better. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Did you guys like it? Not like it? Did you guys feel like I felt like the whole cutaway thing and going to the doctor storyline was just kind of a wasteful thing to do? But still important, sure. But, was it really necessary to be this episode? It could have been its own thing, but, we can't do it. We can't unsee what we saw. So, now we have to just live with it. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Stay tuned for more. And thank you very much. And have a good day.